Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Wixx! What was the reason for you for not finding yourself for this long?
I used to compare myself sana to people. Did business administration, human resource management, computer science. I have been a baker. I was a professional dancer. I have also been a model. All this feel not because I want. I never knew chasing other people's dreams was a full waste of time because it's not your dream.
Let's talk about grieving.
Phil, one night our house burnt down. My dad passed on, so things got really, really thick. Life being all rosy and amazing to now karaoke. So went back and I felt like I was struggling, considering losing Ben, losing my dad, losing the house.
How do you then pull yourself out of that? Classmates, mko fiti? Welcome back to another class, another episode. I'm so excited about today's episode. I think this is my inner child excited because we have an artist on set, and I've always been an artist from when I was a kid. And for me, the way she's been able to transform her art and monetize it, and she's able to live off it, I'm so excited for this conversation. We're still filming at Longonot Place, Manze. Check it out. Book your staycation. Kamujibame Place, fiti sana. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Wixx! What's up?
What's up?
You're good?
I'm good, how are you?
Niko fiti, umelost mtu yangu.
Umepotea?
Ni mimi?
Yeah, you know we've been saying trend a date, we should do a date.
Yeah.
Look at us. This is
our,
the date.
Yes, we have coffee, so why not, man? Oh, hot
chocolate.
Yes, hot chocolate. Yeah. Wixx, first of all, what is Wixx? Who is Wixx in full? Yeah. What does Wixx do?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask Wixx in full, but anyway, trend it.
Okay, you need brand name. Tunaweza baki na Wixx pia. Yeah.
So I go by Wixx Mangutha on social media.
Right.
But my close friends and people who I went to school with, they know me by Winfred, Esther, Nancy, Wanjiro, Kiburu.
Wacha tuanze kuhesabu.
Winfred, Esther, Nancy, Wanjiro, Kiburu. So it's like my mom said, everyone in the delivery room, what name do you have for her? Twende, let's go. Okay, sawa, bring all of it, yeah.
Okay, that's Jaijua. I've never known you have that many names.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So could you sketch or do art right from birth? How did you find yourself being an artist?
So my story goes back to 2013.
Right.
No, when I was 13. At 13, in primary school, like guys will come to me, Wixx, please draw for me this for my mom, for my dad, if it's Father's Day, and then write a nice message for them using calligraphy. So that's where it started. But I never really paid much attention to it. So I'll see my mom and my sisters buy for me art materials. I thought to wanani gift. But truly, I feel like my mom saw it from back then because I'll even draw people. I remember the first person I drew was Neo. And yeah, I just thought his face inakatuka inaweza chorwa.
You just had a crush on him. It's okay. We won't judge.
So it started then. But I never paid much attention to it. So was quiet about it for 15 years. So I'll just draw at home, draw it for my peoples, the people I love, my friends, my family. And then through this journey, as I've finished primary school, gone to high school, the same. My friends will tell me, tuchore, tufanye, tuandikie. Started charging 50 bob. So do you want me to write for you a letter? Aya ni 50 bob.
Yeah.
Kama hauna message, it's me coming up with the message, it's 100 bob. If it's drawing someone you want, then this much. And then now also never thought of even making money out of it after high school.
Right.
Because I'd look at artists and all of them, I don't know if it's how artists express themselves, but they looked kidogo broke.
It's your joke. It's your joke, man. Yeah.
So finished high school. After high school, so I had this bad habit so I used to compare myself sana to people.
Okay.
So assuming I'm right on this set of viewers and I look around and I'm like, who is the coolest kid in the room? Nani anakaa kama watu wanamsifia? Oh, it's you, Phil. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I go soma journalism, I'm a production, and I'm like, ngoja wataona. And I make sure I excel in that. So got a first degree, first class in that.
What did you study?
So the first degree I did was human resource management.
Wallahi.
And nikapita.
Okay.
Then after that, we are at a cousin's meeting and I look at people like wanasifia kazini yangu. Like niko, unafanyanga nini? Oh, business admin. Okay. Mom, I want to do business administration. And my mom, being my mom, she'll support me. So did business administration. Nikapita. Got a first class. And by this time, things were not really well at home. So even when I tell you niliambia mom and she kubalid, it's because she was chucking like half the amount that I would pay.
Right.
So here's the thing. So I grew up in Nakuru. Sorry, I'll take
it's
you.
It's okay. We'll love that here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I grew up, born and raised in Nakuru. The reason why we moved from Nakuru, it's because things got so thick. So thick. In one night, have you ever had your life change in one night? So we used to be well off. My dad was an engineer and he was doing well for himself. But he was also epileptic. So one night our house burnt down. And before our house burnt down, my mom had quit her job to be able to take care of my dad, who by this time things zilikuwa zinakaa, they're getting thick for him. But we had our own home, lived in a good, beautiful house. If you asked, Daddy nipatie, shika.
Right.
So our house burnt down. And so my dad didn't last long after that, but my dad passed on. So things got really, really thick. So we weren't doing well in school. So my mom had only one request. You guys work hard and push to your level best. Fikeni mahali hatujawai fika.
Yeah.
So going back to school after the house has burnt down, it had been months heading to Ania. So I went back to school and gosh, I really struggled. By this time, they had introduced primary school education to be free primary school education.
Right.
So went back and I felt like I was struggling. Like, Nico, because now I feel like that's where comparison started. Because I started looking at other kids, I'm like, heri nyinyi. Una kuja shule umebeba food from home.
Yeah.
Wow, must be nice.
Yeah.
Umepita, oh wow, must be nice. You have a new set, must be nice. So that's where comparing myself started.
Yeah.
So carried it to even high school. Even in high school, I always wanted to be that kid who is, I'm shy. So, but I feel like if I was an extrovert or an ambivert, I'll be that kid who wants to go for all the funkies and everything. So anyway, so I've finished, got a scholarship to do human resource management and business administration. It was half scholarship. Yeah. So even when I tell you I was really doing well in them, it's because with scholarships, if you fail, you lose it.
True.
So you always have to be on your feet at all times. My mom changiad, I did business administration. Things were also not, so we moved to Nairobi.
Okay.
From Nakuru, my mom was like, she feels like she needs a new beginning, because all the streets in Nakuru will remind her of dad and the pain we went through, our house burning, her having to find a new home for us. And remember, she had quit her job to take care of my dad. So we moved to Nairobi. Actually, this is the first time I think I'm saying this story, like when it's being recorded. I feel like I tell my close friends, but never. So we used to live at Karioko. Okay. And it was close to town. That's what we could afford at the time. Yeah. So if you need to walk from... go to work, you walk from home to town, like it's easy. And it wasn't a big house, but it really felt like a new beginning. So we went from life being all rosy and amazing to now Karioko. Not that we weren't happy. We were happy with whatever little we had. So I have 4 siblings, 4 sisters, and my mom. So it's just a home of girls. Yeah. And I feel like girls are more high maintenance because, the hair,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I have a 4-year-old daughter. Wait. Already ananikimbiza. Anyway,
Really?
Yeah.
But she's the cutest.
Thank
you. So I feel like my mom really worked hard. That's one thing she, like every day, I don't know where she got the energy to step out of the house. Even though there's nothing to do, like she'll step out hoping she'll step out and come back with a better opportunity for us, for her kids. And at the same time, she had also told my sisters, if you feel there's a place you can go, like a country, do it. Like just go after your own, go chase your own dreams. And so my sisters had moved out. They had gone overseas to look for a new beginning for themselves. Yeah. So I was left home and then moved from Karioko to now even a better home. By this time, things zinaenda poa. So my mom got a really good job and again, it felt like sasa tena life imechange. Tumeanza sasa steady, tuko poa. Right. And also my sisters are doing well, so so it's just me at home at this point. My sisters are married, wame move out. So by the time I'm finishing business administration, my sister's career, computer science, is really picking up. My gosh, she's making a lot of money. Again, Wixx being Wixx, mom, unaonaje?
Computer science.
Endo
kusema.
And my mom was like, are you sure? So kitambo when I was a kid, I had learned sign language. So my mom was like, are you sure you don't want to do art? I was like, no. Are you sure you don't want to do sign language? No. Mama, I'm serious. I want to do computer science. So vitu ziko poa home. So she's like,
twende nayo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I ingia Daystar and now I'm doing computer science. So in my second year, I get married to Walter.
Right.
And now, of course, when you get married now, umetoka home. I feel like umetoka kwa mom. So right now, I'm under Walter's responsibility care. So I think I'll see, like with my mom, not that I wouldn't say, but with Walter, I'll see him like work overnight. He's not sleeping, nini, just to make sure tuko na hiyo school fees. So kuna school fees na kuna bills. Yeah. And this is not cheap. Yeah. Nikaanza sasa pia kujikaza. So now this was where I was getting my strength to jikaza and be the best. Because remember, I always want to be the best, the coolest in the room, always still comparing myself. Yeah, sijaacha. Still ongoing for years and years. So I finished computer science and I've done so well. So immediately I finished with I'm done with Daystar. My mom by this time she told us, her kids, she wants to travel the world and explore now that there's no one at home.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah. Go you.
Yeah.
All the best. So she was in the US. She didn't even stay for long. I think for like 6 months, and we were like, so ulisema unataka kutravel the world. Mbona umekuwa stuck to that one state, like si tembe. And I'd look at her photos and even ask her in the family group, hey mama, is it me or you're losing weight? We're like, niko sawa. We got news that the doctor said, the doctor called and he was like, hey, your mom has less than 3 months to live. Sorry, nika tukuski, what do you mean?
Yeah.
3 months. Si, ako sawa. Ako, oh, she didn't tell you? She has cancer. And have you seen her photos recently? And for sure, we hadn't seen photos. I think it got to a point my mom was sending us photos that she took before.
Yeah.
Ilinipiga shock. Like, I was shocked. You know, that person you've known all your life to be strong, like, and she was a nutritionist. Anakani kama hawezi guzika, and then now you're telling me 3 months. What do you mean? So by this time she couldn't travel back home, so my sisters started going to her to take care of her. And then now it got to a point, the doctor was like, chemo is not helping, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Let's stop spending money. She needs to come home. Otherwise, mta receive casket. Like, things were moving so fast, feel like it didn't seem real, to be quite honest. Yeah. So one of my siblings akaenda, akanchukua, and she came back home, and oh my gosh, she came back in a wheelchair. She went back all happy, nini. She told us she's doing a tour. Now she's back in a wheelchair. And first of all, ilikuwa wheelchair ya ndege. So now, as we are going to the hospital, of course, we had to go by the wheelchair. Like, all of it ilikuwa ina feel, what do you mean? And so, because my siblings have moved to other countries, now my home is our home.
Yeah.
So all of them are going to come to my home, and we all take care of mom. So we took a house that was opposite us, rented it out, so that when all of us are together, some people can stay in that house, us in this house, but my mom was staying in our house. And in a day, she had 20 plus pills you had to give her. And then there was, at the time I even knew their names. There was a painkiller patch. And it's so strong because when you're attaching it, when you're putting it, you have to wear gloves because it's so strong. And you can easily get addicted to it if you don't chunga. So started taking care of her. And now all of us are together, and like, you have so many questions for her, yet she's so weak she can't talk. And this is the time now. Sasa my sisters have all come, and even their kids wako tukosi wote.
Right.
So there was a time her body, cause now iko na maji nyingi, she's become very heavy. So there was a time we wanted to move her, like, just kumtan kwa bed. We are 5 girls. Tulishindwa. Sisi wote, moja ameshika mguu nini, like, tunaogopa akaanguka hivi, feel she's gone. So tuko hapo kwa bed tunatry. So it was even too late to buy. We had ordered the hospital beds. You know how they come
they can
up,
prop up,
they can recline.
Yeah.
We had ordered it, but it didn't come in good time. And we were trying to turn her nini. The nurse is just like, you're 5 girls, turn her. But ni mzito. So this is, if there's a time I knew Walter was stuck with me through, you know how in weddings when you're saying the vows, you're thinking, this is a 6-hour thing, but marriage is for life. If there's one time I felt in our marriage for the very first time, this guy meant it when he said, I'll be there with you through the good, the bad, the ugly. It was that time. Like he will help even in warm, and he did it by himself, like your time tukishindwa. So stayed with mom for 17 days and she passed on. But before she passed on, there's this energy she had. Her nurse told us when someone is just about to pass, kuna siku itafika akona energy nyingi, hata ako just take me outside, I want to bask. So this was that day. Like hata wewe ukiona uko, I think God is answering our prayers.
Manze,
like vitu zina work out. So on this day that my mom had the energy, she was like, moja please, mkuje mkiingia. Mkuje. I have a message for you. And she had 0 chills. 0. Like ni kama, sini naenda. I might as well say what is in my heart. Yeah. So it was my turn and she was like, no. I need you to have a witness. Tell Walter to come in with you. And so we walk in and she's like, for so long, like no one had ever told me, like out loud, I compare myself to people. She was like, for so long, ever since you were a kid, all your life, all you've been doing is comparing yourself to other people. Primary school, high school, after high school, you've done so many degrees, but you're pursuing none of them. When will you stop? So me, I was shocked because I thought she was going to tell me, my daughter. I was shocked. And she was like, the day you'll stop doing this, comparing yourself to other people and actually go after your own dreams, that is the day you're going to become the best version of yourself. And my heart crashed. And then she had a beautiful message for Walter as a son in love. And like I'm shocked. I'm just there standing, and she's like, all this I've said with a lot of love.
Yeah.
Do what you will. Do what you need to do. So now and she passed on. So now after she passed on, now my siblings again and their kids, kila mtu akarudi nchi yake, mahali pake. There was silence. Like I was used to having so many guests come in, nini, kupika chai, nini. I realized I had never mourned my mom because there was a lot of noise all the time. Phil, for 2 months. Tulisema tulikuwa interviews. For 2 months, to be precise, 63 days, I didn't say a single word, not even to Walter. So Walter started calling my sisters and my uncles and aunties and being like, is she okay? Will she ever come out of this? And he'll come to me and be like, gosh, I hope you know I got you and I love you through this. Not a single word. I was like, oh my gosh, all these things I've done for all these years, it has come down to this. Like the one person who told me the truth, like nilikuwa nashindwa, watu wengine walikuwa happy not to tell me the truth. Now you know me. Yeah. I'm the type of person, if Phil, you and I kosana, like straight up, hapo.
Inakuanga hapo.
Si, hakuna haja twende sijui nini, to deal tu nayo. Yeah. Like I tell you, mi hapa na Phil ulinikosea hivi, na wewe uniambia hapa hivi, then we find a solution.
True.
But no one ever told me this. So anyway.
Do you remember where it stemmed from? I know you've mentioned your life drastically changed, and that's when you started comparing yourself with other people.
Yeah.
But how did you not, all through this, figure out that art was your thing? And is it because there was, like you said, for me, it was always, there were no artists to look up to. So as much as I was gifted in art, and I started sketching, I started selling my art when I was in class 1, if you can imagine. But I never saw artists earning from it, and so because of that, I was also always trying to do things to stand out. You know, try sports, try other things. What was the reason for you for not finding yourself for this long
in art? So here's the thing. I feel like I'm still dealing with it. Critique. You know, for you to be an artist, critique lazima.
For
you to be a creative, honestly, critique lazima. And for most creatives, I understand they are their harshest critiques. But for me, critique, I feel like that's even why people never told me about comparing myself to other people. But so I never really dived into art because one critique, art is very, what looks good to me might not be good to you.
That's true.
And then back in the day, from how I would draw, like I'm telling you about Neo, kuna mtu angekwa hiyo macho, you know, kids talk. So I think I never really felt your need. And then when I'm looking at the coolest people in the room, sorry to say, but humans look at who has money.
True.
It's either money, power, or fame.
That's true.
That's going to be the coolest person in the room. But now it's never been ati creative ameka anaka ametoboa sijui mara ngapi sijui nini, how they express themselves. It had never been that.
Right.
So for me, art never seemed cool. So anyway, and mind you, even as she's telling me this, even when I'm in Campo, I'm still doing art and creating stuff and drawing stuff. But I would never share. I'm doing stuff for Walter, like I would never share.
Man, first of all, thank you for opening up. Thank you so much. And you've said so much, so I have a lot of strings to pull. I'm trying to think which one I should start with, but let's talk about grieving and how you've been able to get yourself out of it, or how you got yourself out of it. Losing 2 parents is not easy, so you've had to deal with the lowest of the low. I found myself mourning my father for the first time in over 20 years. And that's the thing. Grief hits you, and it will hit you 20 years later. And just for someone going through the same thing, at that moment, you're not talking to anyone for 63 days. What's going through your head? How do you pull yourself out of that?
Wow. I felt like I had let her down. Considering everything she had been through, like, I forgot to mention, I had a brother. His name was Ben. So considering losing Ben, losing my dad, losing the house, you know, not that I'm an adult, so I feel like I felt it more because like you know, you and your family now you feel like you have financial freedom, and then all of it comes crashing down. Oh, that was a lot for her. And then now her hope is in her kids, and not a single time did she ever say no to me. Apart from this, as I'm throughout this journey, I think there are some things I haven't mentioned.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm always comparing myself to other people. So even the activities I do, I'm looking for who's doing what, who's the coolest, and I do it.
Right.
I'll give you examples. I have been a baker.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I've even baked wedding cakes. If I baked your wedding cake, hi, please.
Yes, please come hapo hivyo kwa comments, tell us how it was.
Yeah. I was a professional dancer. I've taught dance at Riara, at Braeburn.
Oof. Okay. Interesting.
I have also been a model. I was a Maybelline New York model. So all this feel not because I want, because
Who's the coolest kid
who's
in the
the
room?
coolest kid in the room. Right now I call my people cool kid.
Yeah.
But I'll come to that.
Yes.
But yeah, so nimesahau swali yako.
So, how you got yourself out of grief?
Out of grief.
Yeah.
So I felt like she had put so much hope in me, never said no to me. Apart from one time I wanted to be an artist, go record some song, and she was like, girl, I've never even had you hum in this house. What do you mean?
Hey, mama yako ako na chills. I love her.
She didn't, but she never said no to me, meaning she had so much hope in me. But now when she's passing, she's like, by the way, unaji waste. So all this is playing in my mind. I've let her down. I felt like now all the other people who went into that room came out with positive messages other than Wixx.
Yeah.
So I was like, where do I start? This art thing, it's the one thing nimeiweka huko. In fact, nimeifagia out of Longonot place, nikaifagia mpaka imetoka ke. As in, I don't know. I don't know where to start. Like how what do you mean? Like, where do I start? I'm at a point where now I need also to start, bringing something to the table in this marriage. Because Walter has been the one who has been supporting me in school. All this is happening just when I finished computer science.
Right.
So I was like, Amma, do I look for a job? But doesn't that mean when I look for a computer science job, then I'm still chasing someone else's dreams?
Yeah.
So a lot was going through my mind. Like, how do I stop comparing myself to other people? That is all I know. So it's like, ni kama mtoto amewekwa nje day one, ajitegeme. That's how it felt. And Walter, throughout this time, Walter kept reassuring me, I promise, baby, we are together in this way. I promise I won't let you down no matter what. And, during this time, by the way, Walter, because he's an architect, like different sites, he'll be like, tomorrow I'm leaving for Nanyuki, so in case you want to come with me, I'm leaving at 4 a.m. And at 4 a.m., guys, he will find me kwa driver seat like this. But whole way we are not talking.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Walter,
that's
big
what
up.
was,
Yeah.
That's what was going through my mind at the time. Like, a lot. And then now she's gone. Like, I can't have this conversation with her. I started going through her journals, her notebooks, because everything was at home.
Yeah.
Good thing that my biggest sister, Caro, suggested before they left is, let's declutter mom's clothes. Because if you're left with them weeks, oh, child. But now remember, they also have to go back to work, Nini.
Yeah.
So most things were left at home. So I started going through her journals. I'm like, oh my God, I need answers.
Yeah.
She's not here to give me those answers. So what, nianze wapi? All that was going through my mind. So even when Walter will go to work, na go through notes zake, jioni akifika, I'll cook for him, kila kitu. Na mwekea hapo food, but we are not talking. I didn't watch any movie, any series. Like, nilikuwa tu. I didn't draw.
How do you then pull yourself out of that?
So, it's so sad. It's actually Walter who there's this time he talked and I could feel the pain in his voice. I could really feel it. He was like, gosh, I feel like I've lost you. For 2 months now, you haven't said you love me. We haven't done the things that make us happy together.
Yeah.
Like, you've just been here, and I hope one day you'll be able to talk to me, even if it's just me, out of every child. Mnaweza cut tena. I could feel the pain. Like, if there's one person yani akiumia, and I feel it, like I feel it kabisa, it's that man. So Nico, oh my gosh, then I think I'll only talk to you, because my sisters would call, everyone call me. Ilifika point hata nilizime hiyo simu, achaneni na mimi.
Yeah.
So I told him how I was feeling. Like, my mom is gone. Like, nianze wapi?
Yeah.
Nifanye.
Right.
As in, I feel kama everything you've done, yet you've excelled. Umeenda huko, umepata ma first class, unajua.
Yeah.
He was like, we try. Whatever doesn't work, you just know I'm still here.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to go to work immediately. Take your time. So we really started traveling. Leo tuko hapa, like hepa home. Homes ilikuwa inanuka dawa feel.
Yeah.
Because remember, she was taking so many meds.
Yeah.
So I asked Walter, how do you feel if we paint the house? He was like, so I can get guys to paint the house, because I felt like that will help. Hata heri niishi na smell ya paint.
Yeah.
Kuliko ya dawa. I was like, no, I mean, we do it ourselves, like paint the whole house. And he was like, okay, sawa. But he was so happy. So he went, bought paint. Na tuli paint. Hata hizo skirting ya nyumba, we really painted them. You came to that house. Yes. I don't know if you ever noted skirting ya nyumba haikuwa painted well. It's because I was the one doing it. But I was just like, this feels like a new beginning. We didn't think of moving because remember, family coming to stay with us, we had already spent a lot.
Yeah,
so course. Now ni kujaribu tu kurikup.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, even lost my train of thought. Like I mentioned, you mentioned so many things, and I was just on the grief and how you pulled yourself out.
Yeah.
For you, it was having a partner that understood
having Walter.
Truly
and honestly. And I remember after now we started talking, I'm a believer.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian. I tried going back to church, time ya praise and worship. Oh my gosh, my heart crashed. It's like nilikuwa na dungwa. So I decided, let me give church a break.
Okay.
Because part of me felt like I was so mad at God. Like, you mean I never knew chasing other people's dreams was a full waste of time.
Yeah.
Because it's not your dream.
True.
It's not your calling. Actually, oh my gosh, I started going back to church 1 month ago. And my mom passed on 3.5 years. 2019, and now?
Yeah.
How many years are those?
4. Yeah.
Oh my.
4 years. No,
so went to church for the first time
after
4 years, a month ago.
You're on the right path. And it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
So now, it fikada point I was like, sina options, sijui nianzie wapi. So sat down with Walter, we were like, I feel like let me go look for a job for computer science as tunatry kurudisha finances.
Yeah.
And then once we are good, maybe I'll be able to find a way to start this other thing. So getting getting work wasn't hard because now companies will come to Daystar and be like, hey, we're looking for students who are good. Blah, 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 blah. So I got my first job there. So I went, I was like, hey, poleni nimechelewa. They gave me work. Worked for 3 weeks and I was like, eh.
Sio dream yangu.
Because no, enye you see dream yangu.
True.
Yeah, so I quit and I told Walter, maybe let me try this social media thing, content creation, share my work there. Just give me 1 year. 1 year, baby. If it doesn't work out, just support me for this 1 year. If it doesn't work out, imagine itabidi tu nimefanya hizi zingine, but nitaacha kujicompare. So mind you, this is 2020.
Yeah.
So hata sijakawia. So ni kama sasa nime dive deep into the land of where people compare themselves to each other.
Social media.
Social media. So, and I'm like, I won't compare myself. So one of my ways of not comparing myself to other people, if I feel like I'm comparing myself to you, I applaud you. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing. Hoping that when it's now my turn, now people will applaud me.
Yeah. Akwendangi hivyo, but
akwendangi hivyo. Anyway, so sasa sahi nimetoka kujicompare, sasa nimeingia expectations anyway.
Yeah.
But hiyo ni story baadaye. But anyway, so I started sharing my work, but now I wouldn't show my face because now this is new territory. Of course, I had started vlogging kitambo, but even my closest friends at the time, they didn't know I could draw. So I started sharing my work on my page. Oh, I asked Walter, do you mind being there in the videos with me as I share? And then itafika mahali nitaanza peke yangu. So Walter did a few videos with me, but ikafika point ako, kidogo job yangu inaumia, but I'll try be there for you, like help you edit. Because he's an amazing photographer. He even videography nini. So started sharing my now artwork. Not putting my face, not putting my name, just the art. Na ikienda sana mikono. So I'm telling you guys, it's a good day. My nails are done. They're normally not like this because art. So because of art, cutting myself, glue inaingia huko ndani, eating into my skin. They're not the prettiest. So guys online couldn't tell if it's a chick or a dude. And I'll share my work online. Remember, no face, no name. And then if most of them will go viral, and then now big pages start sharing. Actually, Phil, if you go to my messages of me and you, there's a video you shared, mine, and I told you, do you mind tagging me? It's really going to boost me up. Like I was like, like so many people share the work. So to boost me, boost me up, to boost me. Anyway, English, see it man. So anyway, so where was I? So now people will share my work. Again, criticism, si kitu rahisi. So ikaendelea hivyo for 1 year. Kumbuka nimeomba 1 year, like niko
on probation and support 1 year.
So nikaendelea hivyo, then it fikad December 12th, Jamhuri Day. I was like, I need to do something for Jamhuri, but the only idea I have ni ya kurusha rice. That means my face, my like kila kitu itaonekana, please. So anyway, went bought rice. This day Walter was busy. I think he had a site meeting. I can't quite remember. But anyway, went bought rice, came back home, colored it, food color, put it in the sun to dry. And inanikulia time because this content I can only put it out on 12th December. Otherwise, if I upload it on 13th, it doesn't make sense. So I color it, wait for the rice to dry, and then I panga the rice, and then put the camera, shoot it by myself, throw it. And I'm like, wow, looks so nice. When I'm just about to upload it, this is at like 4:30, Walter gets home. I show it to him. Remember? Yeah, Ogopi kuni critic. He's like, by this si flag ya Kenya.
Gosh.
Si flag ya
Hey,
Kenya.
Walter. Chills.
Kenya's flag has a shield on it. Yours doesn't have a shield. So do you mind inserting the shield?
First of all, nani anafagia hiyo rice? Okay, tuendelee.
So I had put a bed sheet down.
All right.
So through it, so it ilikuwa hapo. So I picked it up, separated it haraka. But it was a lot.
Yeah.
Juu hata tumetoka enzi za kuchagua mchele na if you still do, I'm judging you.
Kuchagua mchele ukitoa mama.
Tulikuwa tunafanya hivyo.
Nini happen? Tulikuwa tunaweka tu mchele chafu ama ilikuwa nini?
I don't know what.
Baby tulikuwa tunachagua mchele.
Yeah. So anyway, I pick it up, nachagua, and then I nachora shield. Walter amepick camera ko hata smile kidogo. I panga the rice. I'm so mad at him. So I'm still at a point where if someone critiques my work, I'm so mad at you because I haven't separated the art, the art and the artist. Like mi ukiingililia kazi yangu ni mimi pia umeingililia. Ni personal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I panga the rice, and then Walter records me at 6:30, throwing the rice, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's actually come out great. This is beautiful. I upload it, and like I used to do back then, I still do it now. I uploaded it. Rusha simu. Uko, iyo simu hata sitaki kuiona.
True.
So I even forgot I posted it, went to sleep, woke up I normally wake up early, woke up at 3 a.m. and I look at my phone. I have missed calls on WhatsApp. 100+ missed calls. I have messages nini. Aingia social media. The video had gone viral on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. Kwanza TikTok si mimi nilipost, mwenye alipost.
Ni sawa tu.
Ni sawa. On Facebook, even Facebook, it's not me who had posted, but I just posted it on Twitter and Instagram.
Right.
And now I have followers. So I thought, oh my gosh, kumbuka ni December, niliomba Walter ruhusa uko Januari nikiquit job.
Oof.
So 1 year.
1 year yako imeisha.
Sina time. So I thought normally when creatives go viral, the jobs instantly they come through. Well. Utawaambia ama niwaambie?
Waambie tafadhali.
After that, after it, watu kuitembeza for like a week, it was silent.
Oh yeah.
Now it's Christmas, of course we focus on Christmas. Now it's January. January week 1, watu bado hawajarudi job. And then on 7th January, I remember tumeka to home, nini. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to tell my man? What do I tell him? 1 year is masambaya. I get a call from a lady called Irene. She's like, oh my gosh, first of all ananikelelesha. Oh my gosh, do you know how much I've looked for your number? Hakuna mtu in Nairobi akona namba yako. Nika okay.
When ni nani?
Who are you?
Yeah.
My name is Irene. I work for Safaricom, and we want you to be a Safaricom placement. Sorry, what? What? Yeah. Are you in for it? She sends in the contract. I don't even think I read that contract, guys. Yes. So what time do you need me?
Yeah.
Oh, kesho sangapi? Okay. And did Safaricom placement. Actually, that's where I met Crazy Kena.
Yeah.
We were mentors the same year.
Yeah.
So, and the funny bit is that year, the topic was reinventing yourself.
Look at that.
Just when I was reinventing myself. So
what did you do with your first check? I'm always curious about that. Your first check from Safaricom, you earning money from art. This was your first big check.
Yeah.
What did you do with it?
Oh, Walter, where are we going? What do we do?
Yeah.
Of course, I remember I gifted him. He still has those shoes. That and some cologne. Yeah, anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember the rest of it. Probably it went into bills and yeah, I don't know. But I just remember
Yeah,
I
the
really
gifts,
wanted to appreciate him like, yo. After Safaricom Blaze, now brands started reaching out. And then it hit me, yo, I have zero knowledge of this industry. Like, how do I go about it? Like,
Yeah.
sijui.
Yeah, true.
So at the time, the only friend who was close to me and was a content creator was Wahura Kabudha. I don't know if you know her. She's a YouTuber, storyteller as well, like Abel.
Okay.
So I reached out. I was like, yo, Wahura, because she started storytelling, I think, in 2019, I believe. So I was like, yo, Wahura, so how much, nilipisha, how much una go about it? Aje? She was like, actually, sis, when you know, you come tell me. Juata mimi.
Sijafika your level.
Yeah. Again, started inboxing like creatives, like to hang out nini. Hidden requests, I think people don't open as much. Ama when they do, pia, I don't know. So I didn't know how to go about it. So then, good thing, around the same time, 2021. So brands zimekuja like I took one job.
Yeah.
And then I created and I was like, oh my gosh.
I undercharged.
I don't think I should be paid this much because pesa ilisha nikinunua at materials na alikuwa naitisha 8 videos in 1 month. I was like,
Sidhani kunaendanga hii.
Sidhani kidogo wisdom shoo.
Yeah.
So and plus my hand had was kila time ilikuwa imefura. So again, another video I did that now made me now meet the right people. So I created a video for there's a dance crew in Kenya called Art in Motion. And I danced to Anviri's song. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I really love it. I watched it so many times, shared it on my stories so many times. Guys were like, please.
Tumeona sasa.
Una overdo.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe I can as well draw them. And I drew those guys for 48 days. Unamaliza 1 ream of paper. Okay, sawa, tuzidi. And then I shaded it na nini. So by the time I'm done, my hand is, kwanza there's this stuff over here. It had furad. So I posted online like, hey guys, I think I posted the video and then it went viral.
Yeah.
But now I needed a break because I couldn't take it anymore. At the same time, kuna watu wanangoja replies za email, all these brands. And I don't know how to go about it. I was like, hey, ngoja kwanza till you have the knowledge. Hakuna haja nichukue kazi. First of all, hii mkono haiwezi. Imefura. Like there's nothing much I can do. Like I started shaking my hand like this. So I went on my social Insta stories. I was like, guys, my hand is so swollen. I love what I do. I enjoyed drawing Art in Motion. But I think you guys will have to give me a break. Yeah. But I promise, ikitulia, I'll be back. And I felt so bad. So that's the first time I interacted with a lady called Mudhoni. So Mudhoni immediately inboxes me. She's like, oh my gosh, your hand is swollen. Akatuma a long voice message. She's like, there's this lady called Betty, just give me a minute. And her English, I'm like, who's this babe? And her number is 07. So I just think you should just go in, get your hand checked. I'm like, Allah, no one else had kwa inbox, no one else had done that. I was like, actually, I think I need this lady. So I call Betty, and she didn't pick up.
Yeah.
And then I went online, looked for a physiotherapist.
Yeah.
And then kanifunga. At the same time, Abel is planning his first, what do you call it? Live recording.
Right.
So I go to the show, and my hand, sasa at this point, mkono imefura. So niko tu hapo, nini, after the live recording, this lady comes, she's like, oh, I see you went to Betty. I'm like,
who are you?
when nani? She's like, I'm Mudhoni. So did you go to Betty? I'm like, no, I didn't find her in Nini. So Mudhoni is, we all know Mudhoni. Yeah, she's amazing at what she does, planning nini. Yeah. At the same time now, I met Abel and Judy. Looking to this side because you guys don't know, but Judy's here. Yeah. I met Judy, and we panga a what? Oh, Abel and I think Sisi ndio nini? Like quick to make friendships. So Abel and I were like, yeah, see, we meet for lunch, nini. Bado sina knowledge ya industry. Walter and I were like, perfect. Now we have people who can guide us on how to go about it. Yeah. So we go for lunch, and truly they helped. Yeah. So met Mudhoni, and they also recommended Mudhoni. So met Mudhoni, and Mudhoni gives me all this knowledge of how we should go about it, and she made a rate card. I was like, sasa ndo amekuja kuharibu biashara. Who's going to pay all this money? Nani? Who?
Nani. Mm-hmm.
So she was like, you just trust me, you just keep creating, nini. She started talking now to these brands, and that's how now it started.
Right.
Till date. What people don't know is the work that goes into it.
Yes, I was about to come there because I've seen you work. I've seen the hours you pull to do stuff like this. First of all, have the paychecks matched with the amount of work you do? And second of all, what does work look like for you when you're creating a piece?
You know, when you get your first check, that's when you actually believe, oh my gosh, it's possible. Yeah. Because now they've matched up. Honestly, they've matched up. And I'm grateful that what I do, and God knows I really put my heart into each and every project. If you give me a brief, I might go through the most with it, but best believe I've truly given you my best. Yeah. When one client believes, sees what I've done for another, they believe I can do it for them, and they keep coming. Yeah. At first, I didn't know how would I sell a product or a service. That was, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? How? But I decided to just be me.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Please sell to me this mug.
Yeah.
That's the brief. Yeah. I need this mug to go viral. I need it sold to 10,000 households in this country. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the brief.
Yeah.
So for me to meet the brief, it means I have to fill this cup. Kabisa.
All right.
Yeah? Yeah. But now, when I'm given the brief, it's empty. All I have is sinihi cup.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are two ways to look at it. Do you want me to explain it as Wixx or vile watu wako wataelewa?
Explain ka Wixx, then watu wataelewa.
Sawa. Yeah. So ninafaa kuuza hii cup.
Yeah.
And client ameniambia, sawa, you sell this cup. So, first thing, kumbuka, we don't compare ourselves to anyone.
Right.
So, me, I never want to know how much other content creators are being paid, because I know what if I know, itatrigger kitu ya mke within me, yenye nitakuwa, sasa kwa nini ya nalipo hivyo na hata hachukui that much time. Yeah. So, mtu akidecide ata pose nayo hivi, na ipate 50,000 likes, huyo ni yeye.
Yeah.
But Wixx, e-cap, I can choose like to bring the people's attention, like to animate it, like assuming there's like this is the flask. I can choose to move it pole pole as it's talking, and then iruke ifanye ma flips, oopsies,
It's okay.
ifanye ma flip,
Right.
iland apo, zihag na flask, and the flask pours into it.
Yeah.
Alafu kunaweza kuwa na another cup yenye ni abnormal cup. Do you know if this handle, do you know how this handle is placed? It means a lot, because if this handle was placed upper, feel aungeza kukunywa.
That's true.
Like it will even, like how do you shika it like this?
Yeah.
I'll unda another character to show that ndo bingwa. You get like animate another character, switch this handle, bring it here, and hata ikimwagiwa wa flask, because handle iko hapa, maji na spill,
Right.
The tea spills. So
How long would that take to create? Most of the time, how long does it take to create?
step 1, create a storyboard with all the scenes. Like, and you chora a storyboard, you chora, because remember what I do, if the client approves, alafu after I've submitted the work for approval, and like as I may change this,
right,
it means I have to go back to creating.
Yeah.
If you tell me to change frame number 357 from the drawing, it means then if I had 1,057 frames, inamaanisha from 357 huko, like I change.
So for our audience, a storyboard is a sketch of every single frame. What's going to happen in that video for every single frame. Let me put it in context. Our cameras shoot at 24 frames per second. So in 1 second, you have 24 frames.
You have 24 frames.
So if your video is 1 minute, calculate how many frames.
Yeah. So, and explaining to a client also, the video we are going to give you, because now it's frame by frame. I work with 30 seconds, 30 frames per second, so that it's seamless. Most clients won't understand. Kwa nini unatupea video ya 15 seconds ndio art peke? But if you do the math, 15 times 30. Oh, child.
Yeah.
Is a lot. So create the storyboard. Then after creating the storyboard, now through the storyboard, I have to estimate. Most of the time, the stuff I do, even I have never done.
Yeah.
Like each day is like
it's a new product.
It's a new product.
New
like
concept,
I've never gone through that. So I don't even know the challenges. So very early on, I never used to try out stuff. But now I have to try a bit. Like if the client is asking for the content plan kesho, I'm like, akitungoja kidogo. Like I need to figure out this bit if it's going to work. Because if it doesn't work, I don't want to tell you a timeline yenye nitakumiss. So create the storyboard. Try out, create the storyboard, content plan. Utume for approval. Aki, if you're a client and watching this, please approve the content plans mapema.
That was my next question, because I know how clients work in Kenya. And usually wanakuambia tunataka hiyo video kesho. And for you, man, just the process itself.
It's a lot. So now I have to keep calling Mudhoni. What has the client said? Because now I need that for them to confirm that ndo nianze immediately. Because sometimes if a campaign is 1 month, assuming, and you take like 3 days to approve, imagine you're eating into my creation time. So anyway, so and sometimes, bless clients who understand me and what I do. I wanted to give you an example. There was a time I was doing an insecticide campaign. And so I created actual cockroaches that were twerking. I was like, how do I sell this insecticide to people and they'll buy it? Because there were so many insecticides campaigns going on. Like, how do we capture people's attention? Everyone is going to do the slippers and the mwiko thing, but we how do we do it? So I created actual mosquitoes from paper mache. Do you know paper mache? Like you mix gazeti and...
Manze umenipeleka mbali. Yeah.
So I created the mosquitoes, and every time Mudhoni client is asking for the video, and I'm like, akiwambie, we are waiting for the mosquitoes to dry. So guys, it took 2 weeks for the mosquitoes to dry. And then the day that it was sunny na nini, I wasn't at the studio. I had left them outside in the sun. It decided to rain. So now having to call the client, you should hear our conversations with clients. So the tracking mosquitoes zilinyeshewa.
Oh my goodness.
So now that means I have now to, because now there's no time.
Yeah.
Already nimekula 2 weeks. I can't kula 2 more weeks for them to dry. So I decided to draw them by hand. And then, there were so many frames.
I can imagine tracking mosquitoes.
Yeah, like... So actually that's, it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
No, I'm curious now, the artist started bringing you the money.
Yeah.
And now you're realizing, wait, now I have to be a business person. Thankfully, you've told us the journey about getting a manager, getting rate cards, understanding the industry.
Yeah.
Because now for the amount of work you put in, means now you need assistants. You need employees. So now you're turning from being the artist, to being an employer, to being a CEO.
Yeah.
Tell us that journey for you, that story.
So...
Yeah, and I know you personally, you're one person. If there's something you've struggled with, is delegating.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to tell someone what's in your mind.
Yeah. So very early, like it started with Walter. So 2021, with all these jobs, my hand gets swollen. I take a break. Mudhoni was like, even now you're playing with my money. Like every time your hand inaharibika nini. So very early on, we started catering for that in the
budget.
Yeah. So Walter would tell me, get a team. And I think, oh my gosh, you and I had like a 4 hours conversation about this.
Yes.
You, Abel, and I.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Walter would tell me, get a team. Oh, nimesema for interview. Get a team. Okay, this feels more comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
Walter will tell me, get a team. And I'm just like, first of all, what if I get a team and then mtu amekuja tu kunisoma and then they take that away from me? Because you know that, and then, sometimes the insecurities you have, it's because pia we uko hivyo.
True.
So I would be like that because that's what I had always done to people. Yeah. When I wanted to be like Phil is the coolest kid in the room. Like now, how do I now become Phil like better than Phil and be now the coolest? Yeah, that's me somaing you and wanting to take your work.
True.
Hey, shukuru Mungu sikukuja hizo siku. Ningekuwa next week unasikia nimeanzisha podcast ama something. Anyway, so that was my biggest insecurity. So I'll never get a team. So hey guys, I used to choka. Like nimechoka, I'm 20 something lakini mwili imechoka kaya 60-year-old. Like I'm beat at all times. I don't, like even if you ask me out for lunch, I'm just like, unatoa wapi nguvu? So I'll be the one. So I've done research. First of all, we'll talk about creative block. Yeah. I've done my research. I've tried out. Nime create for days and days. I work overtime. Sina help. It's me to chora. It's me to kata. Right. It's me to stick. It's me to shoot. Walter by this time is super busy. So everything he's taught me about editing. So niki-edit. Una edit, uki-watch tutorial. Una apply, unaona ingi, una watch ingine. It was taking me time. So hata ilikuwa inazuia the number of jobs we could take per month.
For sure.
Because now I'm not efficiency nothing. But mi niko mimi team ya Isaac na Abel uko recording with people. Do you guys know how your team looks like?
Maybe one day I need to turn the cameras.
I see you guys that feel it with that team, and by this time now you guys are my friends. I'm like, I see Judy shooting a reel, and I'm like, come on, can never be me. Like, napambana.
Yeah.
And I'm always so tired. And then, I started listening to podcasts about scaling up. Again, tutumie tu ikikombe yako.
Yeah.
So assuming this is my budget and it's full of water, yeah. So iyo maji ndo pesa yenye mimi nimelipwa. For me to scale up, the water in here means I have to pour into other cups so that I pata space to fill it up more.
True.
But sasa niko na wakikuja waniibie. Wanakuja tu kunisoma, they take my ideas. Kukwe na Wixx sijui wangapi uko nje. I'm like, I'm not doing it. Remember, right?
Yes.
You guys tried telling me, hey, Wixx, scale up bana. Msauta, utakufa myang.
Yeah.
Hey. So, fatigue hit me. I got hospitalized for 3 days. And I even thought it's COVID. I was like, hey, COVID nanduilisha kitambo ni aje. Inanipata. Kwani hata I don't interact with people. Like my personality. Only to go to the hospital and I'm being told, Fatigue. Like, hizi ni story umesikia watu wakisema. Fatigue imewahit sijui nini. Until it happened to me. So then now, I can't tena. I go tena to my stories. I'm like, guys. Fatigue. So poleni sitaweza ku. And at all times I'll feel so guilty when I do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But do you feel guilty if you took a break from becoming CEO?
I used to. Now I don't. Nitakufa mnizike mpatane Kenol mkule nyama muendele na life. So I don't nowadays.
It's unasema ka joke, but it's true.
It's a fact. It's the truth. Anyway,
so I went to my stories. I was like, sorry guys, fatigue. Most people wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
And sasa after that, I was like, even coming back, I was like, every time I've taken a break from creating, it's because my body was telling me, wewe.
Take a break. Yeah.
Wewe, you can't go solo. What do you mean you're going solo?
True.
Only because I did not want to share my full cup.
Yeah.
And even the knowledge and nini. Like, guys would even ask me, Wixx, how do you do this and this and this? I'm like, ushaisikia saa ingine, you know the answer and you know you can fully give it to someone, but unasikia, na nikimpatia endo kwa nini, sasa endo anachukua job zangu.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't know if this is how other humans think, because I'm married to such a kind man, mwenye ako, let's all grow.
Yeah.
Sisi wote to grow, sisi wote, you know, like there's enough for everyone. And me, I'd be like, what do you mean? Like, anyway, so after my body crashing, I was like, maybe I need a team.
Yeah.
So that's where, before I come to how I built the team, I started being honest with myself. Have you ever called yourself for a meeting? It's just you seated at the corner of at cafe or Java or whatever. It's just you solo. Umeka kwa kona, like umeshinda hapo mpaka wita anashinda kikuja. Uko sawa? Na utake kusumu. Like you want to help everyone. Yeah. So anyway, I went to at cafe at a corner. Started journaling, and I decided to be very honest to be very honest with myself. Anyway, nikasumbuliwa nikaenda Arboretum. Mekalia tu hivi mba uko comfortable, but anyway, umejitamit the whole afternoon. I was at Arboretum. Ka journal, Wixx, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. Like, hakuna kitu mbaya kama kurealize you kidogo uko sawa. Hauko sawa. So
I think it's a powerful moment when you call yourself out.
It
and you're
is.
like, hey.
And you cry. Macho ni red. Umefura mapo, umefura macho. So that's the time I realized my 3 greatest fears. I've just shared them today. So one of them being, I'm not good enough. Like that is a fear I've dealt with from when I started content creation.
Yeah.
Feeling like I'm not good enough. And you know, most times when you tell your people, I feel kama siko good enough. One, if you'll either look ungrateful, or 2, they'll tell you, don't be so hard on yourself. Relax. But for me, I was like, and it is a legitimate fear. I don't know if it's with every creative, but it is a legitimate fear. I feel like I'm not good enough. So what's the solution? Practice. That's the first thing. 2, you need a team, because I don't know it all. Remember when I'm editing, nikiwatch tutorials. When I'm shooting, before I shoot, I'm like, angles, nitafute, nini. So realizing I need a team. That's 1. 2, my fear was I feel like my work is irrelevant or predictable, and soon I'll be broke. I don't know if you feel that, but kusema ukweli, sisi wote hii dunia tuko guesswork.
Oh, that's true.
Sisi wote tuko guesswork.
Kuna mtu anajonga kile anafanya. So amka every day kupiga guesswork.
For real?
Yeah.
And I was like, imagine hapa tuko guesswork. So I feel like my work is irrelevant and soon I'll be broke. I knew I needed a solution for that. So again, I need... Hey.
You're very, what do you need?
I just need... Unaweza toa tab yako hapo.
Shida.
So, the white mug, that is me. The circle, that is my budget.
Right.
Yeah? So, most times, I will get worried because... Assuming hii circle imeshikana na cap, it's because my budget iko tight sana. So that means I constantly, when I'm working, I have to keep worrying. Oh my gosh, budget guy. Sina pesa at materials, sina pesa ya hii. So I decided first of all to build like a budget, my funds to the way they would sustain me. Not me as in Wixx wa bills na nini, but as in just my craft, Wixx the brand, for 6 months. Like nikiangalia 6 months from now, najua nitakuwa sawa. What that does is it gives me creative freedom. What do I mean? Now, Noni and I have the freedom to decide what jobs we are taking.
True.
Because most times you'll find yourself, because you're desperate for the money, you're just taking in any job that's coming through. But now, because again, my hand, I have to be very, very careful with the jobs I take. Niweze tu kuhandle enough. Nisitake kukua mlafi and hog it all. I mean, even my page will look like a billboard.
True.
Anyway, so there's that. And also, I don't have to keep worrying about funds kila time. So I know whatever I have, like focus on creating without worrying about money. Because most times I don't know, I don't want to speak, labda uniambia, me too, niseme, most time as, so most time as creatives, we pima how much we create, because constantly stories are those in a hit, hit.
True.
So kumbuka, I want to jenga a team. So that means nikiongelelea hii funds bro, inamaanisha iweze kushikilia pia hiyo
team inakuja. Yeah.
6 months. Like I know you get.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Like really telling myself the truth. And the third fear I had is I'm running out of ideas. Every time I put out a video, I'm like, oh my gosh, will I ever find another brilliant idea? But kwa hiyo meeting nikijiita, by the time I was leaving Arboretum, I had left with like 3 ideas. Yeah. So sometimes as a creative, by the way, hii nimenotice hata na watu wengine. Unaweza ona ni kama creative amekaa home, anakuonesha tu akiwatch TV.
Yeah.
Ameenda walk, ameenda bike riding, Karura. But what you don't know, the way the minds of creatives work is they might wanaweza kaa tu wamechill, wamerelax, but their mind is constantly working.
That's
so
true.
They need good surrounding, a good environment, good vibes, healthy people, healthy friendships to be able to create amazing things.
That's true.
So decided to be very honest with myself. Like when I feel like I'm running out of ideas, because I had never taken a break. I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to go for tour tumekuwa tukipanga na Walter Euro tour. Let's do it. It might look like by the sometimes this works for me.
Yeah.
Again, labda useme me too niseme works for creatives.
Yeah.
But sometimes taking a break, I would feel like I'm wasting money. Like when I go for a trip or I take a plane and go to that destination I wanted. I love
that's the Kikuyu in you. That's not me.
But I would come up with back with really brilliant ideas. Take a month's break, come back fresh. And also when in the middle of the night, maybe if I pata an idea, I write it down. When maybe you and I are talking and after a date I pata an idea, I write it down. Yeah. So that the day when I feel like things are thick, ushaipewa brief, unaambiwa tunangoja, hauna.
You can always...
you have nothing to give. So you can always go back to that notebook. Right. It's better to go for a war with the army you have.
Yeah.
If you don't have the army you want. So take the ideas you have.
Absolutely.
Usishinde ukingoja.
No, I keep telling creatives that a lot. There's nothing like creativity. You engineer the creativity. I don't know if that makes sense. When a client comes, don't expect to be hit by a creative idea. This idea needs to have been formed way before. So that means basically what you're saying. Anytime you have an idea, concept, put it down so that you're basically preparing so that when the opportunity comes, then boom, success. Yeah, so that's a good...
So also hapo kwa I'm running out of ideas. I realized assuming I don't have an idea, assuming I've already, at the time, I was thinking, if I get a team, if I don't have an idea, they have nothing to help me with.
Yeah.
So I'll be paying, but I'm not value for money, please. So left that meeting and I knew I had to start preparing myself. Oh, Walter was so happy. Oh my gosh, you're getting a team. But I had to prepare this 6 months thing. I really had to. So now it inaleta discipline ya pesa.
Yeah.
Because now I'm saving up for this.
Yeah.
And then now this year, actually it's this year 2023.
Yeah.
In March.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm ready for. Excuse me. I feel like I'm ready for.
It's okay. Tunaweza rudisha.
Guest mo extra.
Tunaweza rudisha kwa meza.
Okay. Nilikuwa nimekwambia toa hiyo kitu.
Manze. Nice.
So this year 2023 I was like, okay, let's build this army that I want.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so how do I get these people? I feel like I have to explain this bit. So I had a studio, but I had to get a new space for the studio. And this studio we share with Walter. So he's an architect.
Yeah.
That's also his space. So far we are a team of 10. If I'm to count myself, we are 10 people.
Wow. Yo, that's big, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
Right.
So with these 10 people, I was like, at first that wasn't the plan. I just knew, I just wanted 2 people. So I was like, where do I find these people?
Yeah.
So I've always been going to UON. I meet the design students, the guys studying architecture. And I was like, it's hard to... Ni ngumu, nikuja nikwambia, Field, mimi promise, mimi najua kushoot. Mimi hata kuedit, mimi najua. But, where's your work?
Yeah.
And in this day we are living in, your work should be online.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd look at their profile and I was like, yes. Perfect. This is what I want. So that's how I got a team. And then I really wanted to be feeding my team. Because I was like, I felt like this was going to be bringing us together over lunch. So invested in a fridge and a cooker, and I was like, I need a lady to be helping us to cook and clean.
Yeah.
Now this is one place I have, again, ide kudelegate shida ikuanza kitambo. I've never had a house help. Like, kina Judy would come wako, Shiro, come on.
Yeah.
Like mbono unajitesha ucreate
mkono imefura
imefura we bado ndo una hata we una boo.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where to get one, and I wanted this person to be a cool kid.
Yes,
my people,
your people, you'll tell. Yes.
So I really want this person to be a cool kid. I was like, I just went to my stories. Hey guys, I'm looking for someone who could be cooking and cleaning for us. So if you feel like you could be part of this team, just let me know. Nikapata responses. I'll go to each page. I feel like upper honestly in the spirit of discernment. Because most of them are, amazing. You're looking at the food, nini, what they do. Did you know some house managers, house helps have pages they've created for themselves?
For real?
No. For real. Like they show you how they've cleaned the house. They show you the products they are using.
Allah.
Is a thing.
Awesome.
So I was like, okay, we anaka mtu anabeba job yake seriously. And that's how I got the lady. For how I dress, very early, uko 2021, actually 2020, I knew for Wixx to be a brand, Wixx is how I walk, how I talk, how I look. Hey, hapo kwa look, unajua, you can be comfortable in your jeans and diversify. Yeah. How I walk, how I talk,
Yeah.
Kwa talk, I knew I would normally go for networking events. I was saying this earlier at Georgie's event. I would go for networking events, and assuming the event is like 2 hours, I spend 1.5 hours thinking, oh my God, what will I say? Akiniangalia nifanye nini, akiniuliza hii nitasema hii, na akisema hivi nitasema hivi. it constantly felt like hard work. So by the time I'm ready finally to network, watu wanakula wakikunywa drinks waende, sasa hiyo ndo wewe unataka kuanza. So hapo kwa talk, nilikubali siko poa and I need help. So at least hapo there's Muthoni. We go for events, mnafika events, you see Muthoni huko, hey, calm down. So Luke got a lady who styles. Now this is the one person who ukiangalia page yake 0 posts. 0. I really needed help because every time there's an event I'll have to source nini. And she's also SOMAD human resource management. But when you look at how she handles other people and how she bebas herself and how she dresses, hey, uko tu okay. Sawa. So that's the one person I met who didn't have her social media. And then now, sasa nimegeta lady wa clean. The guy from UN and this lady.
Right.
So sasa, me I feel like it's complete. Again, truly grateful to God. Work will come in and so the guy from UN I'm drawing, he's cutting, and then tunazi shikanisha. The lady for cooking and cleaning and to serve seawater, and she's cooking good food. I feel like I'm saving money because I've done the math. Sikila, actually, we normally kula ugali skuma, like ugali skuma, mchele chickpeas, mchele lupins. Have you had lupins?
Kuna jina ya Kiswahili hizo vitu.
They are interesting. Hata mimi sijui zinaitwa nini na Kiswahili.
Lupins. Lupins.
Actually,
classmates hapo kwa comments mnisaidie educate me.
I'll give you a packet of lupins. Oh my gosh, they take so long to, you know how you soak cereals and then this is kidogo off topic. You soak cereals before you boil them. Easy please soak 1 week.
Kwani tunakula mawe.
Anyway, so I made a budget. You'll think it will be so expensive to feed that thing, but the budget, because it was hatukuwa wengi, budget ilikuwa 300 na tulikuwa tunakula tunashiba. So then now jobs zimekuwa nyingi. Ninachora huyu anakataza hii project, mimi nachukua za project B, but still nachelewa kazi. So if a campaign is 1 month, nastukia woi kazi yote imepostiwa the last week. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm still the one shooting. I'm still the one editing. Mosai, a bigger sigh. I was like, okay, sawa. Nimekubali. Because then now Walter Pia, his work has gotten so busy. So busy. I still have events to attend. So I was like, okay, sawa. I need a videographer. So I called my videographer from when I was a model. His name is Brayo.
Okay.
I was like, first of all, Brayo, I feel like I'm in a new season in my life. So as we're catching up, he's like, wefanya aje, in new season, let's do a shoot. Because now you see in a new season in your life, you come in for a shoot. I was like, bro, sijui kama umesikia budget yangu wewe. Like, natafuta mse atakuanga na mimi to shoot na aki budget yangu ni tight. Bado sijafikisha this 6-month thing I'm telling you. I haven't fikisha it. So bado nachangia. So bado hata mimi nina. Hata mimi nina come on. It's me hitting the mic. Hata mimi ninafinya pesa.
Right.
I was like, no, you come. So nimeenda hiyo shoot and Walter was like, this is your birthday treat. We are going to get a stylist. So huyu stylist niko naye kwa ofisi, let us stylist mwingine msaidiane. We want we want 6 different looks. 2 looks to represent each year she's been creating, because it's a new season. Get a videographer to document this. I was like, hey, hii pesa ungenipea. Hii pesa ungenipea nijaze.
The 6 months.
Nijaze 6 months. Ako, no. Like, for real, this is a new season. So as we are shooting, so I tell Brayo, I don't know any videographer. Hata nkwa nakupigia, hii story yote imeanza na mimi nkwa nakupigia, you tell me a good videographer. Like, that can be there, because the ones I know are always busy, na kusema ukweli, budget yangu haifiki kidogo, because they are like professionals kabisa. I was like, usijali. So the guy who's doing the video thing, I was to get back to YouTube using photo shoot. I was like, hata nitarudi YouTube. Oh guys, sijarudi. Muniombe 2024. I still don't know what I'm going to do, but I hope it's going to be something brilliant. Anyway, so he's the one recording nini. Hata simjui na kameramani. Anyway, so after shooting, I look at the shots and I'm like, oh my gosh.
This is beautiful.
This is beautiful.
I need him in the team.
I need him in the team. But before nimuingiza team, I know myself, Phil. So when I got these 3 people, it made me realize something about myself. Oh. So you know how there are different types of managers? There's manager X and Y. Correct me if I'm wrong, but X ni ule micromanager proper. Unafanya nini? Umefika wapi? You know, but why? As long as amekupatia deadline, they believe
you will deliver.
You will deliver, and they trust you with the work.
Right.
However you do it, ni sawa, you bora you deliver. I was an X. I didn't even know. I was like, but staki mambo. Like hiyo micromanage saa imefika point umeget team, but sasa it's you still doing the work. Usikate hivyo, usishade hivyo, usistikishe hivyo. Annoying.
It's a lesson, man. It's growth, it's a journey.
It's growth, it's a journey. Walter is a why. So I realized, siku ya nilini hit, when I'm not in the office, guys have more fun than when I'm there.
Kumbe wewe sio cool kid.
Nilikuwa mimi si cool kid. What's this? Isn't tabia za wapi? But it's because I've never trusted. I'd never delegated like any work to anyone. Being a last born, it's always me who'll be given the work to do, but never me to give out. So where was I?
We are the team now.
You
bringing in
the team. So now I have a videographer. So after the videographer, now he's the one editing. And then, ikafika point sasa I need someone else with manpower to be cutting and nini. And I was like, this will be lying to my peoples that I'm the one doing this. So by this time, nimeanza kulan kukua awai manager. So it will be lying to people that it's me doing the cutting and the what I used to do kitambo. So we shoot, I'm a Fanta brand ambassador, so we shoot a Fanta video. Actually, it's by this time, I think it's July or August. We shoot the first video and I'm like, I feel like this is such a big project. It's about time I started showing my team. I'm like, would you like to be in the video with me? Because, you know, some people are camera shy or they don't want to be seen. So for me, I normally ask consent. Would you like to be in do you mind? He was like, it's cool. So normally it's me to figure out the wiring and the whole algorithm thing for whether we are shooting or anything. But he said he didn't mind because he was the one helping me to kunja the wires. Because now, as it is, my hand siatiko vibaya, but I also right now I'm very aware I need help. Where I need help, I ask for it.
Yeah.
So got another guy to help Nini with that project, and it was the three of us working on it.
Right.
So team pole pole in a build.
Right.
And I feel like sasa pole pole, that's where we've gotten to a point where I'm not the one shooting, I'm not the one editing. For me, it's coming up with the idea, the drawing bit, the figuring out. There's a BTS I shot Juicy. I'm sure by the time you're airing this,
Yeah.
it's going to be out.
Yeah.
For how it's a system for wires that was sumbuaing me. So I had to chora how it's going to go. I even went to a mechanic.
Hiyo ni nini?
Sikuelewi. Saizi wao nataka zishikane zifanye nywele. So I wanted the hair to be blown, but haikuwa inakuwa blown, so I had to create wires that will pita through the hair for it to be blown. Anyway, so alinisaidia tu, kama utaki hii wire iguze hii, ikunje hivi.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. Okay. So that's how I've built a team. I hope that my scaling up, I need a team.
Yeah.
If I want for you to be asking any kid in Kenya what's your favorite cartoon, and they mention a cartoon that has been produced by Wixx Studios, then I have to accept I need a team. I can't go solo, man. Yeah. So that means trusting them.
Right.
So hopefully it will continue to build up. So yeah, my prayers, oh God.
Yeah. I love the fact that when you get into a story, you give me all the
I'm
answers.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's a good thing. I've just realized, I think I've asked you 3 or 4 questions, but you've answered everything I'd prepped myself to ask. And at this point, I'm just curious about your mantra. What's that line you keep telling yourself every day that keeps you going?
I even put it in like almost all my content, even the client content, if they're okay. # we keep it moving.
Yes, I've seen that.
So it doesn't matter where you're from, what you've been through. Just keep it moving. Wake up and do it. Just start. I know people say this kila time, but imagine it's for you. You might think kitu kama stepping out of the haujisiki kutoka, like umechoka kutafuta hiyo job, unasikia tu your heart is heavy, uende huko nje upigwe na jua, utumie pesa kidogo you have on transport, umerudi home hakuna job. But imagine that stepping out, you might think no one is watching, but best believe someone is watching. Also, we keep it moving. It also means, even on social media, you do you. You know, when you tell someone you do you, most times it sounds rude. Oh, unaniambia you. But what that means is be your greatest critic. Jiambie ukweli, jite mkutano. Today someone was asking me, so have you ever stopped comparing yourself? And I was like, imagine, no. So how do you deal with it? Different people have different ways of dealing it. But jiite ujiulize aje. Like for me, how I deal with it, comparing myself. Sometimes I find myself on social media being like, huyo kwa nini amepata hii na hii na hii? God, kwani mimi uone kitu nafanya? And sometimes I mute people. It's not because they are toxic ama kitu wanashare ni mbaya. It's for me. It's for my mental health. So sometimes I mute people. I know, unajua ukiambia mtu umemute mtu unakaa petty. But it works for me till I feel like now I'm out of that, comparing myself to you. And if it's my friend, I'll be like, Phil, imagine nina commute juu like
Unanipea pressure mtu yangu. Mimi nataka- Yeah.
siuambia ndo kweli, but
Kabisa.
for your audience, like, just for me, what works for me ni, I'll tell you, imagine nina commute juu na feel kama hii season niko ni kama badala ya kuku upload great things are happening for you, niko hapa nikifeel some type of way, which means I'm toxic. Not many people call out themselves.
Yeah.
So na commute too for hii period, but best believe they still love. And I'll be back.
Right.
And we'll be back na tutaendelea. Yeah.
Hashtag we keep it moving.
Hashtag we keep it moving.
And just that is very powerful, like calling yourself out and saying, by the way, these are my toxic traits and I need to know myself.
Yeah.
And this is how I can...
Yeah.
Oof. Wow. I think there are a lot of lessons. And I think for me, my biggest one is vulnerability. Like, and I've seen that consistently with everyone who's sat there, anyone who's been able to build their business to a certain level.
Yeah.
The one thing that is constant in all of them is they have to get to a point and be comfortable being vulnerable to themselves and to the people they work with.
Yeah.
Saying, these are my weaknesses. This is my journey. This is how it affected me.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing your story, because you have no idea what you've done to a lot of classmates watching. They're going to get encouraged.
Your peoples are classmates.
Yes, my peoples are classmates. Yours are cool kids. Why are they cool kids?
Oh, yeah. So they are cool kids because all my life I wanted to be the coolest kid in the room. But what if we are all cool in our different ways?
Right.
Like, acha kuangalia mwenzako, what if sisi wote hapa sisi wote ni wa cool? Like, nani akona hiyo register ya ndo mcoolest? Si wote ni cool kids.
That's true.
Yeah. So that, even me giving that name, and I truly mean it, because I've seen these people support me.
Yeah.
Can I say that for the cool kids to be able to decipher the message I'm trying to pass on through my animations?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that requires some level of intelligence that I think only a cool kid would have.
Yeah.
Because it's not taught in school, I feel.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm so grateful to my audience.
Wow.
And the people who believe in me and bring me work. Bless.
Awesome.
Bless.
I hope by having this conversation, I have gained a few cool kids and you have gained a couple of classmates.
Yeah.
So thank you for supporting and thank you for coming through.
Yeah.
This was amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Doing this.
Usinimute lakini yake.
Grow. Actually, I think, can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I think I've muted you once.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
God damn. Which season was this? Hey, when was I winning too much?
Actually, when you came back to becoming CEO.
For real?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Because now I was at a season where now need your time nikijita hizo mikutano.
Right.
But truly and honestly, I'm so proud of you. And I feel like seated here, I think most people don't know we are close friends. I know your story and I know how far you're going to go. The president has sat on this seat, yo.
Yeah. Just like you.
And that's the beginning. And you've done so many amazing stories and impacting so many lives. Gen Z blood, millennials.
Wewe ni millennial hata ukikataa.
No.
Ni sawa. It's a fight we always have. She thinks she's Gen Z, but yeah.
But keep going.
Thanks.
Keep going. Man, this platform, may it grow and grow, may it be an African thing. Let's have like big people from Africa sitting here worldwide. As in, I wish you nothing but the very best.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Amen.
Yeah.
Yes, please at home, keep subscribing, keep engaging. That's how we become bigger. That's how we get bigger guests like we have today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we're still filming at Longonot Place. Come book your staycation over here. Check it out. Yeah, wacha tumalize hiyo class hapo hivyo. Thank you so much, lecturer Wixx.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.